particular or special day today. It's about Heritage Day. And I looked it up in the dictionary again. What exactly is the meaning of Heritage Day? And it says in a short sentence, heritage relates to what has been or can be. Thus, we are reminded of the diversity of culture in the wider context of our nation and, of course, its people. And one sentence is very important. Heritage embodies unity in diversity. That is how we intend to celebrate this event today, and of course the whole week.
It is indeed an honor for me to welcome you all to the official opening of the Heritage Week. Thank you to each and every one of you for being here with us today. The aim of the Swakopmund Heritage Week is to strengthen unity, solidarity within the Swakopmund community, working together to create this new norm. The team wants to help building resilience by supporting and working together with local people. Therefore, let us join hands as we celebrate the past of our local people and embrace its future. Director of Ceremony, ladies and gentlemen, Heritage Week is an annual series of events hosted by museums and other cultural institutions all over Namibia to celebrate the different culture of our Namibian people. This week is an important an opportunity for us as Namibians to showcase our heritage, to teach our youth on the importance of our diverse cultures, and for us to celebrate and commit ourselves to protect our wonderful natural and cultural resources. Ladies and gentlemen, I am informed that this year the theme for Heritage Week is Ombadu Njiri Tutumuna, which means building cultural resilience, the new norm in Osherero. This comes right at the time when we have been faced with various challenges as a country. And I believe it is imperative that as the world changes, we need to remain rooted in our cultural beliefs and not lose sight of where we come from by embracing our cultural heritage. Our cultural heritage is our DNA, and it determines who we are, giving us both identity and the values that will guide our lives in our changing world. Every country should protect and preserve their own cultural heritage, not only to protect famous and known monuments, buildings, and the cultural landscape, but also the fine arts and crafts, and the more ordinary buildings and objects that reflect the history and the way of life of our people. For this reason, I am indeed proud of institutions such as this Scientific Society Swakopmund, who continuously seeks to promote the heritage of our beautiful country, as it serves as a platform to share historic and current scientific information, data, materials through public lecturers, execution, information dissemination, distribution, and publications. Director of Ceremony, let us continue to teach our children the importance of our culture. I am pleased to see that the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture, as well as our youth, are intensely involved in this week's Heritage program. This is evident that we are instilling the right mindset and the way of doing things in our children's life. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, the legendary Marcus Garvey once said, "A people without the knowledge of their past history, origin, and culture is like a tree without roots." The history, origin, and culture of the Namibian people are the roots that keeps our nation firm. Our history, origin, and culture defines our sovereignty. Once again, I wish to welcome you to this Heritage Week. The week's program looks very beautiful and insightful. I was specifically pleased to see the diversity in this program as it offers a wide range of items which could be beneficial for all participants. I hope that this will be a successful, productive week, not only for the organizers, but every participant. With that, let me once again thank you, and you are all most welcome to this week's event. I thank you very much.
I hand now over to the Junior Town Council to make its presentation.
Our topic of discussion today is the new normal. So, we live in a new world, where wearing your mask is a sign of respect. And oddly, reaching your elbow out is seen as completely normal. So, on that same note, what is the new normal? We define the new normal as the new way of going about life while acknowledging and working around the respective boundaries and challenges that come with it. COVID-19 did not come to play with us. It did not come to be our friend. You could call it the deadliest enemy that the world is facing currently. It has changed numerous amounts of things in our lifestyles. It has also shown us that not everything in our life is permanent. Everything is rather temporary. School, work, gym, everything. But I want us to quickly pay attention, close attention. COVID-19 has changed the way us learners go to school. But that does not change the fact that we still have to go to school. COVID-19 has changed the way our parents go to work. Some of them even go to work from home now. But that does not necessarily mean that they have to stop working. What am I getting to here, ladies and gentlemen? I want to point out and emphasize on adjusting and adapting. That is the new normal. The new normal, in other words, means if you look at a situation and you cannot change it, we are forced to change ourselves. We wear masks now. We sanitize everywhere we go. And sometimes coughing or sneezing in an arena is recognized as a sin, but yes, it is what we're dealing with in our country today. The only way we can fight this, other than the vitamin C pills that we have to take every day to make sure our immune system is strong. So that reminds me. The only way we can cope with COVID-19, 3 steps. Number 1, adapting. During lockdown, when lockdown was announced, we learned how to protect ourselves against COVID-19. That is adapting. Number 2, adjusting. We had to adjust to a lifestyle where we have to wear masks, sanitize with every chance we get. And we all know all the protocol that has to be recognized with COVID-19. That's adjusting. Ladies and gentlemen, what is missing? Number 3, overcome. We adapted. We adjusted. We know what we have to do to overcome. And that, ladies and gentlemen, that is the new normal. Can we virtually hold hands and overcome this pandemic? And if we can combine all the 3 steps that I've mentioned today, we recognize that as the new normal. With that being stated, we can never stop learning because life never stops teaching. So we learned, and now it's time to apply. I thank you.
Good morning and welcome. As you heard, my name is Nadine Phiri, and I am the Assistant Curator at the Swakopmund Museum. Heritage Week every year is planned by the National Heritage Week team of Namibia. It's a week to remember and embrace our different Namibian cultures and heritages. Museums and institutions all over Namibia provide an educational platform during that week for young and old. Heritage Week is a highlight for the Swakopmund Museum every year, and we challenge ourselves to get bigger and better. Yet, we cannot do it alone. Over the years, we have collaborated closely and successfully with Kohlstaedt. This year, it's no different. We're also very happy that the Swakopmund Museum and Kohlstaedt has joined forces with the Swakopmund Municipality, with the Ministry of Education, Arts and Cultures, and the Ministry of Information and Technology. Together, we formed the Swakopmund Heritage Team. Collectively, we're proud to present to you this year's Heritage Week with the theme, Building Cultural Resilience, the New Normal. This theme was chosen due to the COVID-19 and its impacts on all our lives. Personally, I like the theme as it would give us the opportunity to tell a story of people by the people. Very quickly, that became the slogan for our Heritage Week preparations. Yet, we were faced with some serious challenges. What about restrictions? What if we go into full lockdown again? How can we reach the people that this week is actually for? We had to prepare for every little thing. I'm proud to say that the Swakopmund Heritage Week team pulled it off. I'm pleased to tell you that this year's celebration will take place both offline and for the first time also online. So what can you expect? Today at 12, we started off with a virtual classroom workshop, especially designed for teachers. It will showcase how to use the application Zoom as a classroom. Tomorrow, due to the large public demand, we have 2 mask workshops, one for kids and one for adults. Matilda Smith from the Mustard Seed will make cute animal masks with the kids and show how to make a unique embroidery on a mask for adults. If you missed the registration, please don't despair, because this workshop will be available online on all our social media pages. On Wednesday, I will have the privilege to give you the guided tour through the Beacon of Hope exhibition, which makes a subtle comparison between the Spanish flu and COVID-19 pandemics. In it, it also features the beautiful stories of hope. We have had over 40 stories come in. You will be happy to have a look. They are truly inspiring and mark that even in bad times, there are always some kind of positives. Captain Salvador will be featuring in the virtual tour. At a later stage, we will also feature videos on those stories of hope. And then, at Wednesday at 1800 hours in the evening, we will discuss with social worker Audrey Kayas about stigmatization during COVID-19. Thursday, Kohlstaedt will host a sustainable vegetable garden workshop. Swakopmund soil is known to be a little stubborn, but have you ever thought of making a garden in a box? Well, you better look at that workshop. Friday, we will live stream 2 movies on Facebook. The one called Once We Were Hunters and Mbunza of the Kavango, both a heritage and cultural treat. Please tune in. Saturday, we will present Why I Love My Culture videos. They will premiere online on all our social media pages. If you would like to know more about any of the events that you just heard about, you're welcome to come to me after the program and we can discuss it a little bit more. For those who missed the registrations to attend offline events, please find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, under Scientific Society Swakopmund. All our events will be available online. Let me end by saying, may this Heritage Week inspire, enlighten, and encourage us to begin building the new normal. Thank you.
We are always promoting the spirit of one culture at our schools. You know, I always advise teachers, if you have got a cultural group, let this cultural group be able to promote all the different cultural dances within one group. Colleagues, we have got the Heritage Week. Why do we have Heritage Week? We do have a Heritage Week in order to remind, to promote, and to teach our youngsters so that our culture will not die out. My brother said, we have to adjust and we have to deduct in order for us to overcome. It was stated that it's time to listen to each other rather than commanding each other. Heritage Week is an opportunity for Namibians to showcase the heritage or our heritage. This week or the week encourage all Namibians to celebrate and to commit themselves to protect our wonderful natural and cultural resources. As it was mentioned, the theme of the Heritage Week is building cultural resilience. I purposely jumped the Oshiroro one because I'm afraid I might swear. But the theme in Oshiroro is Ombavu Chiri Tutumuna. I hope I'm correct. the new normal. Now, the definition of the Heritage Week was nicely said by Professor. The Heritage Week is the word we use to describe the things that we feel are important to preserve and to protect. It can be the objectives, or it can be objects, places, and traditions that one generation wants to pass on to the next generation. Let me say we do have two types: intangible culture, cultural heritage, and tangible cultural heritage. Ladies and gentlemen, it is very important that we should be part of these celebrations throughout the week, because it's an opportunity for all Namibians to keep culture alive and to pass it on to the next generation. My task was very easy, and that was to welcome and to officially declare the Swakopmund Heritage Week as officially open. I thank you.
Our most valuable invited guests and speakers, representatives of the media, dear ladies and gentlemen. It's my privilege to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. So I, on behalf of the Scientific Society Swakopmund and the entire Swakopmund Heritage Week team, and on my own behalf, wish to extend a very hearty vote of thanks to all the speakers today, touching on the topic of heritage and culture at this opening ceremony of the Namibian Heritage Week in Swakopmund. We're very grateful to the Mayor of Swakopmund, Councillor Salomon, to speak such warm, welcoming remarks and setting the scene for the ceremony today. You very aptly reminded us, and I like the picture that you talked of, that culture is like the roots. We are like the trees, and the culture is our roots, which give us strength, they give us direction. I very much like that picture. It's very positive and very describing as well. A very big thank you also to you, Mr. Deputy Director, Mr. Eiseb, for elaborating on why culture is important and for telling us all that we should take this Heritage Week as an opportunity to keep culture alive and to pass it on to the next generation, to use your words. So I think that's very important, and I'm happy that we see so many people here today, that we're allowed to be more than 10, so that's very wonderful. And so please pass it on, live the culture, even though you maybe cannot speak your native or the language of your ancestors anymore. Be proud of where you're coming from. Consider your roots, and even though it's not from one culture, also I feel I'm not coming from one culture, but from different cultures. And I think it's not a shame, it's wonderful. It's what's making us so important in Swakopmund. We have a Swakopmund culture that we can embrace. I furthermore wish to express our gratitude to the Junior Town Council, and especially to their Public Relations Officer, Mr. Ernesto de Jesus, that you came on such short notice, because we only were able to invite them after we heard that the restriction has been lifted. And you made a wonderful talk as well, very lively and also thought-provoking. And I think we can definitely say that our youth has it in them. They've got the roots to let us go through this difficult situation and to think positive of the future we will overcome. We appreciate very much the contribution by Nadine Phiri, the Assistant Curator in the Swakopmund Museum. She was really the instrumental part of the Heritage Week plannings. So she was instrumental in making the Heritage Week a reality, and thank you for giving us an overview of the activities planned. Really, again, quite a lot. Last year we thought we'll scale down a bit, but we didn't manage. Too many good ideas floating around. This event today and the entire Heritage Week Swakopmund was organized by a really amazing team. So originating from various public and private institutions. It has really been a pleasure to work with you all. From the Scientific Society Swakopmund, I further want to thank, apart from Nadine Phiri, Irina Ivanova, our PR officer and assistant archivist in the Sam Cohen Library, then Nicolilo Onona, our volunteer in the museum, Mrs. Erb, and everyone else that was involved. Then from the Kohlstaedt Arts and Crafts Center goes our heartfelt gratitude to our long-term partner and very active collaborator, Jessica Lagrange, and to a team. It's really wonderful working together with you. Special thank you also to Aili Gebhardt, the Marketing Corporate Officer of the Municipality of Swakopmund. She had very good ideas and assisted us greatly, also with sourcing extra funds from the municipality. Then, apart from Mr. Eiseb from the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture and Regional Department, I would also like to thank Aniki Muvangwa. Thank you for always being part of the team and your input. We further want to extend our sincere thank you to the Ministry of Information, Communication and Technology, especially to Ms. Linikela Halwodi, who made the video virtual classroom tutorial available. Then we thank the African Vocals a cappella band for the warm welcome they gave us, and then the Cupcake Connection for letting us go on a sweet note. So before you go, please pick up your cupcake. We have something for you. And last but not least, of course, we want to thank our sponsors that made all of this possible, because as you can imagine, the Swakopmund Museum suffered quite greatly during the COVID-19 epidemic, and without sponsors, this all would not have been possible. So we received a Heritage Week grant. It was provided by the National Arts Council of Namibia's Arts and Culture COVID-19 Relief Fund, and it was distributed by the Museum Association of Namibia. We are very thankful for that. And we also thank Ndapo Bushali Ashipala of the Museum Association of Namibia for the poster design and being instrumental in making the Namibian Heritage Week an annual event. So it's a nationwide annual event. Then we're very grateful to the municipality of Swakopmund for their financial assistance, and we thank the videographer for covering all our activities during the Heritage Week, so everything can be shared online. And I thank everyone else who was taking part in the Heritage Week here in Swakopmund. And then I would like to finish off with thanking you all for being here today and spreading the word that we need to embrace the new normal, and we can do this by building cultural resilience. Thank you.